How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the end of November, and the PlayStation Plus Essential titles for the month of December should be revealed soon. Here to once again come back and offer you guys some suggestions of what I would love to see as Plus titles. It seems like we've been getting served some crap recently, so maybe a video like this will at least, obviously, like, the month of December is already locked into place, and they're gonna give us what they're gonna give us, but I like to do these videos as a way for you guys to also sound off in the comments section, deciding on what you'd like to see. I try to be reasonable. I don't try to go, over the top with my suggestions. No Spider-Man 2 or anything like that, but I think there's always reasonable offerings that could go a long way, and at least satisfying people with their increased price subscription for PlayStation Plus, especially as we head into the holidays, which I guess we would already be in the holidays, but you get the idea. Let's get right into it. I got a few suggestions here. Let's start things off with a game that, you know what, unlike me in these videos to suggest a game that's a relatively recent release, but how about Atomic Heart? Atomic Heart's a game that was an Xbox Game Pass title day one back in February when it initially dropped, and that makes me think that Focus Entertainment would be open to the idea of it being a Plus Essential title, or maybe even a Plus Extra title at some point. Focus had offered a Plague Tale Innocence as a Plus Essential game a while back, so, Atomic Heart at this point, yeah, it's still going for a hefty price. Like, on sale, it's still north of, like, I want to say $40, definitely $30, but like, Atomic Heart from a value standpoint kind of reminds me of, like, Callisto Protocol, which was just offered as a Plus Essential title in October, 10 months after the release of Callisto Protocol's release. 10 months after Callisto Protocol's initial release in December of 2022, October of 23 is when it was offered. Atomic Heart came out back in February of 2023. December of 2023 would be 10 months, and I feel like you can kind of create the illusion that, oh, it's a game that's still going for a hefty price point. People would be like, oh, there's value there. Now, truth be told, I hated Atomic Heart. I'm not even gonna, I'm not even gonna say anything defending this game, but I know I am one man's opinion, and some people really enjoyed Atomic Heart. I was not one of those people. I thought the dialogue was absolutely horrific. I thought the gameplay was fine and it performed well, but the dialogue, the writing, the voice acting was so bad that, like, it literally pushed me away from the game. But I think as a Plus title, it would be a game that some people ended up enjoying. Next up, how about Persona 4 Golden? I think this is a game that it's a lower key title at this point, given that Persona 4 has been out since 2008. P4G's been available on Vita. It's been available on PC for $20, and it released at $20. It's still, hovering around the $10 to $15 range on sale, but it had such a budget price point. But P4G is such a critically acclaimed game that I think it just being a Plus title would make people be like, hey, that's a pretty nice offering. And Persona as an IP, I feel like has so much cachet and has so much notoriety in terms of it being a top-level franchise. It is obviously a franchise that some people just might not ever give a chance to, so why not try to get their foot in the door by offering it as a Plus title? Persona 4, also from the hardcore Persona fans that I talk to, some people prefer Persona 4 over Persona 5. I don't know if I would be in line with that, but Persona 4 was pretty damn good, so either way, this would be a good offering. And that's why I went the P4 route over P5, just because it seems like Sega has a very high value perception, and rightfully so, of Persona 5, that I don't see that being a Plus Essential title for, whatever reason. Next up, Marvel's Midnight Suns. I think this would be a pretty decent offering on Plus Essential as well. This is a game that, unfortunately, didn't crush it from a commercial standpoint, so, like, a game like this, I think 2K, Sony, whoever's involved can work out a deal to get this game on Plus Essential. I mean, it's going for pretty cheap these days. You can find it for around $20, which is wild to think about, but at the same time, this game came out the same day as Callisto Protocol, actually, and Callisto Protocol was a Plus Essential game. Why not make Marvel's Midnight Suns a Plus Essential game? Even if it's not an Essential game, maybe an extra title. Makes a lot of sense in that regard. This game was done by Firaxis, an incredibly talented studio that, of course, did the XCOM titles, and obviously those games are excellent. Marvel's Midnight Suns obviously has the Marvel spin to it. It's also got a card game gimmick going on for it, but yeah, if that's a Plus Essential game, I see people being like, okay, that's a game that's a recent release. I missed out on it because it was pretty busy during that time period when it came out. I mean, the day Midnight Suns came out, Callisto Protocol came out, and Need for Speed Unbound came out. 3 games that, let's be real, weren't like the greatest games in the world, but still a lot of competition. I think Crisis Core came out a week after Midnight Suns, so there was a lot of competition in that time, and I just saw this being a game a lot of people missed out on, so offering it as a plus title makes a lot of sense to me. Next up, Dying Light 2 Stay Human. I think I've mentioned this before in a previous video like this, but I think Dying Light 2 at this point makes a lot of sense to offer it as a plus title. Look, this game came out almost 2 years ago, February of 2022, and I enjoyed the game quite a bit. Not as much as Dying Light 1, but I did like the game, but ultimately, Dying Light is always going to be a game, and Dying Light 2 is even more so now, that gets better over time, and you are trying to sell DLC, you are trying to sell bonus content, so why not offer it as a part of PlayStation Plus Essential, and then you can sell stuff like the Bloody Ties DLC and whatnot. In fact, they have a Dying Light 2 Black Friday edition that's quite good. That includes Dying Light 2 Stay Human and Bloody Ties, but obviously that's $30. The Black Friday sale is going to be over. You guys get the idea. But Dying Light 2 I think would be a great addition. It's not a home run of a game. I don't think, again, it's as good as Dying Light 1, but I still think it's a pretty solid game, all things considered. Next up, Walking Dead, the Telltale Definitive Series, I think would be a great offering. I've obviously talked very highly about the Telltale Walking Dead titles, Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 as well. I know I always talk up Season 1, but Season 2 was pretty good as well. Season 3 and 4 wasn't as crazy about that, but you get, you know, Season 1 through 4, you get the Michonne miniseries, and you get 400 Days with this collection, so it's a lot of content. Walking Dead is the IP that just will not die. I've been kind of getting back into it recently, and I know that they did. I didn't even know that they were doing all these spin-offs and whatnot. Like, Daryl Dixon got his own show. They're bringing Rick back. Like, they're doing a lot of stuff with Walking Dead, and it's kind of wild as an IP that they just literally will not die, and it's kind of become its own universe for AMC, especially to push their subscription service. But nevertheless, Walking Dead Telltale Definitive Series would be a great addition there. And lastly, how about Attack on Titan 2? You know, Attack on Titan, the anime series, just wrapped up, and AOT, as far as anime adaptations into a video game goes, pretty decent. You play as an anime original character, kind of a no-name soldier, and it's a pretty good retelling of the entire AOT story. Obviously, it's more of a case of, you know, this is gonna be for fans of Attack on Titan, but I feel like fandom for AOT has never been higher. Maybe, like, the early days of AOT was a little bit bigger. I know, like, I always think nostalgically when it comes to AOT, like, the first season of Attack on Titan was just, like, the craziest stuff going down, and, you know, some of the subsequent decisions, especially as we went into the final act, so to speak, of the show, I wasn't crazy about the story because, you know, if you're a manga reader, yeah, it's still a pretty compelling story the whole way through, and obviously as a game, they did a pretty good job of taking the maneuver gear and translating the AOT style into a video game, which you would think would be pretty difficult to do, but I feel like Tecmo Koei did a fairly decent job of that. So that is going to do it for me. I think any of these games, it's not like breaking the bank. I don't think Sony has to sign any crazy lucrative deals for the publishers, but I think they would be titles that people would get excited about. Especially, we need titles to get excited about, given that PlayStation Plus has been pretty mediocre, and I think mediocre is putting it really lightly as far as the quality level of Plus recently. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.